Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the Chase World of Hyatt credit card. The Chase World of Hyatt credit card is a credit card specifically designed for the Hyatt hotels. So if you're someone who stays at Hyatt hotels, this would be a great card to get. So let's go over some of the perks that you get with this card. This card is going to have a 50,000 point sign-up bonus after you spend. It's actually broken up into two different ways, so you actually have to spend $3,000 in the first 3 months, and then you get 25,000 points, and then you have to spend another $3,000 in the next 3 months. So pretty much you have to spend $6,000 over the course of 6 months, and with that you'll get 50,000 points. So if you only spend 3,000, then you're only going to get 25,000. So you got to make sure to actually hit that 6,000. Now this 6,000 is actually on the higher end. Usually it's just the 3,000 you have to hit. There are a few airline credit cards that I can think of that I guess they also have different tiers. So if you hit certain other things, you can get more bonus points. So this one, it does have that with this additional 25,000 points that you are going to get for the additional 3,000 you have to spend over the next 3 months. But I think with the 50,000 points, it is worth it. So if you are someone who has, some type of expense that will allow you to hit that number, or if you can somehow pay for future bills like I do, whether it be car insurance, try to pay that for the year, or anything you can, try to just get near that number, because obviously you don't want to go out of your way and spend $6,000 and then get these points and then realize you lost money. You want to make sure that when you do spend the $6,000, it is towards purchases that you already would have spent regardless of getting this card or not. So with that 50,000 points, you get stays at different category levels at Hyatt. So 50,000 points, the lowest amount of points that you can stay at a Hyatt hotel is 5,000. So if you happen to go to the lowest level, category 1 Hyatt hotel, you'd be able to stay there for 10 days. Also, what you get with this card is you get the annual night free hotel stay for a category 4 or lower. So category 4 is 15,000 points. So most hotel credit cards have that free night stay after the first year. I know the Hilton one has it in the first year, but that one has a $450 annual fee. This one has a $95 annual fee. Now they say it's a free night. For me, I don't think of it as free night. I think of it more as a discounted night, because you still have to pay $95, but because you get a category 4 or below, that means that you can stay at a hotel that could be worth $200, possibly even $300 for that $95 that you're paying. So how I justify it for myself is that in the first year I get that 50,000 points, which is for sure more than $95, and then in the second year I get that $95 annual fee, and as long as I stay at a Hyatt hotel one time in the year, then it pays for itself. They also have, if you spend, I believe it's $15,000 over the course of the first year of signing up, that you get another annual or just another free night stay at a category 4 or lower. For me, I didn't feel like I wanted to do that, because I thought that I could get better value for spending that additional $9,000 if you were to get yourself something like the Chase, any one of the Chase Sapphire cards. You can actually transfer over those points, and I feel like that while it is great to have the free night, to spend the $9,000 on that, you can get better points if you actually know how to play the credit card game. But if you're someone who just only has a couple of cards, or only maybe has just this one hotel card and isn't looking to try to play it, then definitely, if you can, try to see if you can get that second free night, $15,000, and you'll end up having 2 free nights or 2 night stays at a Hyatt hotel of category 4 or less in your second year. Now let's go over some of the benefits from this card. If you do stay at a Hyatt hotel, you actually will get 9 points for every dollar spent at a Hyatt hotel, which is actually pretty good. If you do the math, if you're staying at a Hyatt hotel that costs somewhere near a couple $100, let's say it's $200, and you get 9 points back, that means that you'll get 1,800 points just for that one night. So if you happen to stay for 3 nights, then you'll have enough points to stay at another 5,000 point hotel. You also get 2% back on local transit. You get 2% back on gym membership, which for me, I think that's awesome, because most gym memberships, you don't get those points. So I actually do have this card set up for my gym membership. You get 2% back on airlines. So this is trying to set you up for travel. You get 2% back for dining out, and then you get 1% back for everything else. So if you happen to already be in the Chase family and you happen to have yourself a Freedom Unlimited, a Freedom card, or you happen to have yourself one of the Sapphire cards, spending on this card in most of those categories doesn't make that much sense, because you can get the points easier in with these other cards, and also you can end up getting more points depending on which card you have. So for instance, if you happen to have yourself the Freedom Unlimited, and you're spending it on random things, then the Freedom Unlimited is going to give you 1.5% back. This is going to give you 1% back. If you happen to have the Freedom and you're going for certain categories, that one can get you 5% back in some, depending on the quarter, where this one, at most, it can get you is 9% back. That's only if you actually stay at their hotel. So you kind of have to figure out exactly where you should spend with this card. For me, I'm only thinking for the gyms is where I'm going to spend it. And with those points from the Chase family, they can actually transfer at a 1-to-1 ratio. You can transfer your points over to one of their airline credit cards or another hotel credit card. It is nice to know those points are more flexible, whereas these points, when you transfer them over to Hyatt, they stay as Hyatt points. So if you only have 3,000 Hyatt points, there's not a lot you can do with that. But if you have 3,000 Chase Freedom Unlimited points, then what you end up having there is you can actually, give that, if you wanted money, you could get yourself $30 from those points. When the Chase points become the Hyatt points, or just being Hyatt points by themselves, the Hyatt card is extremely valuable because their points are actually worth a lot. So you'll see a lot of other hotel companies that will have 14 times return, or they'll say that when you sign up, you're going to get 100-something thousand points, and you hear this one and you say, oh, it's 50,000 points. Well, not all the points are actually made equal. And so if you look at something, for instance, like Hilton, while the Hilton cards are great and the Hilton hotels are fantastic, the Hilton points aren't really worth that much. I believe the points guys have it at 0.6 points, 0.6 cents per point, whereas something like this comes out as 2 cents per point. So if you end up getting 50,000 points from this card, you have something right around $1,000 worth of hotel stay. Whereas if you get something like the Hilton and you have 100,000 points, but it's only half a cent per point, then you only have $500. So it is good to, look into seeing what the value of each card is. Then you can know whether or not your points are actually worth getting, because a lot of them will try to kind of trick you by saying you're getting so much more, when in actuality it's actually less, because the value of the points don't mean that much. While I do think this is a great card, I would say that one of the downsides from this card might end up being that Hyatt hotels, there's not as many of those around. So if you do end up looking around trying to find yourself a Hyatt hotel, you might realize that, okay, it's not like the Marriotts where you see a lot more, of the Hiltons where there's a pretty decent footprint all around the world. Whereas Hyatt, they have pretty nice hotels, but as a whole, they're not everywhere. So that's one of the kind of the downsides, is that you get the Hyatt card, you're happy to have it, you get the point values, it's fantastic, but then you look for a Hyatt location and then you end up realizing that, oh no, there is no Hyatt locations in this town, or there's only one, whereas, with Hilton, you'll see that they're all around, or Marriott, you see they're all around, something in their family. So they actually are connected with the MGM Grand. So for instance, if you're someone who gets their free night stay or discount stay, or whatever you want to call it, and you have the Category 4, the MGM Grand is actually inside of a Category 4. So you could go to Vegas when everything opened back up and use that free night stay to have one night at the MGM. So for me, I think this definitely is a keeper card. And what everyone calls the keeper card or the sock drawer card is that card that you get it, you get the bonus, and after you get the bonus, you just put the card in your sock drawer, or it's a keeper card where you just put it somewhere where you don't need to go out and use it everywhere you go. You just only use it when you go to the hotel. You pay that $95 annual fee, and then you make sure to stay at a Hyatt hotel at least one time in the year. If you do that, the card will pay for itself. To get the actual status with Hyatt, you actually do have to have a lot of stays, whereas Hilton, you automatically just get diamond status. You jump right up there. So you don't get any of that cool stuff with Hyatt. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please drop a like, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. We can talk about this some more. Talk about credit cards. And yeah, happy to see you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.